Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today for Manage and Engage Your Workforce to support program goals with Workforce Go. We're going to give everybody just about 30 more seconds to get logged in, and then Chris Goheen from Workforce Go will get us started. Thank you. All right, thank you again for joining us today. We are talking about managing and engaging your workforce to support program goals with Workforce Go, partnered with JMT Consulting. I'm Melissa Waters, the events manager here at JMT. I just want to go through a couple of housekeeping notes, and then I'll pass it over to Chris. JMT is an ERP and financial management solutions firm. We've been in business for 28 years now. I need to update that slide. And we've got clients all over the U.S. and happy to have all of you with us today. Just a few housekeeping notes. If you have a question, there's a question and answer box that you can click at the bottom of your screen in your control panel. You can type those there, and we will answer them at the end of the webinar. Also, today's webinar is being recorded. We will send that recording as well as the copy of the slides to you following the webinar. And so if you have to duck out for any reason, we will take care of you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris from Workforce Go and let him take it away. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that introduction and quick housekeeping items there. Good day to everyone, and thank you for your time in joining our webinar. As was mentioned, my name is Chris Goheen, and I am the president with Workforce Go. And again, truly appreciate the time you are giving us to review how we help manage and engage your most valuable asset, being your workforce within nonprofit organizations. Just a little bit of background on myself. I have actually been in the human capital management industry for just over 19 years, working with organizations around implementing, training, consulting, and just in general people management with a tenured expertise around solutions to help organizations, specifically around areas like talent acquisition, paperless engagement, time and labor management, risk and compliance mitigation, benefits, payroll, and overall decision support for organizations. So I enjoy the opportunity to meet with organizations, to be a proactive team member with them, listening to how they engage today and providing coaching opportunities on available efficiencies and accuracies that they can gain. Now today, we want to talk about how most nonprofits face many of the same challenges, which include things like controlling costs, increasing efficiencies, and managing compliance, which confront similarly organizations in the private sector. At the same time, as nonprofit organizations, you are grappling with issues like reduced funding, ever-increasing demand on services, and a widely dispersed workforce, all of which can make it more difficult to achieve your mission objectives. Nonprofit organizations must ask themselves the question of, what can you do to optimize your most valuable asset, your workforce, to support program goals safely, efficiently, and cost effectively? So during our time today, during this webinar, we're going to discuss workforce solutions that can help you in the areas around hire, retain, and engaging a quality workforce, controlling costs to optimize limited funding, and scheduling employees to meet service demands, as well as transforming workforce data into actionable insight for yourself and your workforce themselves. Now, here at Workforce Go, why we enjoy presenting these types of webinars and information is because here at Workforce Go, we believe that organizations are powered by great people. And in order to be a great organization, you need to create and manage a very engaged workforce. So here we deliver workforce solutions that are purpose built for your industry and more specifically, all of your employees, whether those are part-time, full-time, seasonal, or temporary contractors, all the different levels of different engagements we can have or different levels of individuals in our workforce, we provide solutions that holistically help manage and engage with them all. Think of us here as Workforce Go as the experts who can help get payroll, people, and time done right. We take the time to find out what makes your organizations and people tick and truly listen to your requirements. With an unwavering passion for customer success, our teams here at Workforce Go are dedicated to standing by an organization's side every step of the way. When you turn to us, we make it all seem simple. We work with companies with multiple locations, staff and variety of pay structures, businesses in different jurisdictions with unique labor laws, and nonprofit organizations that require complete transparency across their funded programs. Workforce Go, we offer nonprofit organizations easy to use, easy to own workforce solutions that help them manage cost, minimize compliant risk, and improve interactions with their members and community. Our single unified platform for the entire workforce helps nonprofit organizations attract and retain quality talent, engage the workforce, and manage the entire life cycle from pre-hire to retire so that you can provide services in a safe, effective, and compliant manner. In addition to our human capital management platform and workforce management solutions, we help control labor cost and drive operational efficiencies, enabling your organizations to invest more in your limited funding and resources to support critical services, programs, and causes. So here in front of you, you see very much a pictorial overview of our single unified platform human capital management solution. This is one single solution to attract and retain talent, engage that workforce, and manage the entire life cycle. And by one unified solution or unified platform, we're meaning one single database, one single employee record, one single login and access to all of the capabilities, whether that is human resources, recruiting, onboarding, benefits, time and attendance management, leave, or even payroll and tax administration within there. With Workforce Go HCM, our solution, we provide organizations such as yourself the ability to work your way when it comes to workforce management. A very responsive design that empowers people to get things done in as few steps as possible, whether that's applying for jobs, enrolling in benefits, managing time and updating schedules, or just basically checking pay information and much, much more, all from any place and any device. With Workforce Go HCM, we really take the guesswork out of HR and payroll processes and help your teams work inspired day in and day out. Now, with Workforce Go and our solution, Workforce Go HCM, we also allow your organization to work smarter with a very intuitive user experience that facilitates smart decision making through easy access to all of your data and with data visualization. This provides quick routes to common actions and predictive analytics that lets you be very proactive in addressing trends that are happening within your workforce. The result of all this is you can now spend your time engaging with your teams and being very strategic with the organization instead of just going through the daily administrative processes there. And finally, with our solution, Workforce Go HCM, we allow organizations to work in a modern cloud. We provide a great experience that is unified, giving organizations access to the complete picture of their entire workforce from pre-hire to retirement, all on one single unified cloud platform that enables the level of experience and provides a single, flexible, trusted source of all of your workforce data. ultimately helping escalate to a trusted infrastructure and automation that lets you focus on what really matters for your organization, and that's your people and your goals. Now, specifically getting back to our topic at hand today, nonprofit organizations need to have solutions and strategies around how they hire, retain, and engage a quality workforce. Providing top quality programs and services begins with hiring and retaining the right people. Here in front of you, you see a sample career page that our Workforce Go HCM solution provides to organizations, which are branded for you, your logos, your color schemes, the look and feel and information you want to provide to individuals who are interested in being candidates with your organization, as well as listing all those open positions that you have available for them and the details behind that with general information and brief description, even the ability to apply for those jobs online. With a high concentration of part-time, contract, temporary, and seasonal type of workers, organizations may struggle to find and keep qualified individuals. So here you can see, continuing through that engagement with candidates in that hiring process, we provide a very engaging ability to gather the information from applicants that we need to provide to ensure that they're a fit with our missions, our plans, and our organizations, and strategically the type of individuals we're looking to engage, whether that's basic contact information, resumes, skills and work experience, education, professional references, and any other details we need to gather from those specific candidates, providing them a very streamlined, very efficient, very accessible and engaging way of collecting that information for our review through the remainder of our processes. Now, our solutions are here to help you source, track, and evaluate those best fit candidates, as well as deliver a positive applicant experience. Here we see, as we drive further into that hiring and recruiting process, after we've engaged and collected that, we have quick views as administrator into the information and details that are important for us. So we can see by hiring stage our positions that are currently open, how many candidates we have in each one of our stages within our hiring process. We can very quickly and visually see our applicants by job and how many applicants have applied by those different positions, or even just the number of openings that we currently have by those different positions as well. So from dashboards and visualability, having that real-time access and visual right in front of us that we can drill down into to make very important and real-time decisions within the organization. On top of that, our automation solutions also streamline the hiring and onboarding process for individuals as well, including background checks so that individuals can start contributing to your team sooner. And here, taking that the next step further beyond the hiring process, actually engaging very quickly with those new employees that are taken from a candidate status right to employee. You can see checklists are actually generated for them to guide them again through a very engaging process of onboarding on all of the information they need to complete and you need to gather. This can include reviewing handbooks and electronically signing off on those, completing employment verification forms such as your I-9 right online, and also completing their tax withholding and payroll related information through their withholding forms on a federal and state basis. You'll even see examples here in front of you of engaging them to update their direct deposit details and even go through enrollment in different benefit plans and options that you have available. Again, really creating that process and that strategy of engaging with those individuals from that pre-hire all the way through the onboarding process. Now, with a quality workforce, employee engagement and retention foster a culture and mission and purpose that is critical to achieving your program goals. Workforce Go, with our solution Workforce Go HCM, we offer the ability to bridge the salary and hourly divide and help you optimize employee engagement and effectiveness. Self-service features that are standardly delivered with Workforce Go HCM empower your workforce to have real-time engagement either via a desktop web browser or mobile devices with the information and activities that are important for them and your organization. And this information and activities via these employee portals include items like general organizational announcements or information that needs to be translated. So if you need to keep your workforce informed about events, activities, or general information, they can receive these alerts and notifications right within the solution itself or on their mobile devices as well, also allowing them to engage in probably one of their most important pieces of information, which is their pay details on a payroll by payroll basis, either from that desktop web browser or again from their mobile device. They can see a summary of all of those pay details right here on screen, as well as download a copy of their actual pay statements for their own personal financial records. We may need to also engage those team members in some time management type of information and criteria, rules, and policies as well. So we do provide the ability to collect all of that time related details from those individuals and in the various options that you may require. So time collection can be done via the individuals that are required to clock in, clock out on a daily basis. You may have other individuals that require to go into timesheets and actually fill in their time details. And you can see an example of that with start and stop times here, or even the ability just to go in and enter bulk hours by day. And of course, if we are allocating time to any different programs, funds, or grants that we may have, we can manage all of those allocations, either in the timesheet itself or with automated allocations in the background, even getting to the extent of allowing them to do this from mobile devices with GPS fencing and management around all of that, or even physical hardware devices if we need to collect and gather that time from physical time clocks as well. So if you do engage in how you want to collect this information, the details you need to apply this information, and of course the workflow with review, approval, and automatic flowing to payroll there. Now, on top of that time management, what's also very important for our workforce and engaging and empowering them is the ability for them to manage their time off within there as well. So you'll see here from the employee portal, again, either via from a desktop browser or a mobile device, they can engage in requesting that time off right within their own environment. Being able to see their available balances, being able to see a calendar of what is scheduled, and request full days, partial days, and anything that they need requested off with that workflow review and visibility in there as well. What's more, our solutions actually provide the HR leaders within your organization with quick, easy access to perform and engagement of data across the entire workforce to optimize employee satisfaction and help reduce turnover within your organization. So here you can see actually taking that a step further, not just from the employee's view and engagement of information, but actually engaging those leaders. You again have that quick access to information that's important for you. Here we're looking at learning management dashboards, which are provided for the leadership and individuals within the organization, showing what training is required of individuals within the organization, what training is coming up for expiration, and who has facilitated or completed what required trainings within there. So if there's that level of learning management that we need with our workforce, we can fully manage that and have that real-time visibility in there as well. That also extends into talent management or performance management within the workforce there as well. So we can see those quick views into all of our goals, our competencies, or our values that we've aligned to organizations, who they're aligned to and what they are, who's currently in review processes, whether those are the traditional annual top-down reviews, if we'd like to do periodic reviews with 30, 60, 90 days, or even intermittent reviews, 6 months, quarterly, which build into that annual review. And these can be top down, these can be 360, even peer to peer type of reviews. Really engaging with that team, staying in communication with them, and keeping them updated on how they're meeting their goals and objectives for the organization. And finally, even the ability when we talk about hiring, retaining, and engaging a quality workforce to take that into how we perform compensation management and budgeting within the organization as well. So you can see budgets that are aligned by teams or by segments within the organization. As we're going through review processes, we can align what is available for merit changes or increases and how those are distributed equitably across our teams, managing all that different type of compensation and the budgets that are aligned within there. Now, building upon that, controlling costs to optimize our limited funding is very important. Optimizing limited funding means having control over those costs itself. Better cost control means funds to support a nonprofit's mission. But keeping costs in check can be challenging and extremely challenging, especially if you rely on manual processes or cobbled together systems to manage your entire workforce. Here, you'll see an example within Workforce Go HCM where we're actually providing views into the different positions and headcounts that you have aligned throughout your organization, as well as the compensation aligned to each one of them as well. So by month, we have that real-time visibility that we can drill down into to keep accurately what we have available to us, maybe what we have vacant and open, and what our aligned costs are, so we can truly control that cost and optimize any funding that we receive there. Now, because your employees may work in multiple jobs across various departments, funds, and grants, you'd also need an easy and accurate way to allocate their labor expenses to the appropriate cost centers. But without an automated, centralized system for tracking and managing labor time and costs, it can be difficult to understand exactly where your budget dollars are being spent. Here again, we see providing that real-time visibility and that support of your goals that you have out here, a time summary, providing us dashboards and analytics and real-time visibility into the information that's very important for us. That may be looking team member by team member and what their regular hours, their overtime hours, or any paid time off type of hours are being allocated. Looking at our overtimes by different department, fund, or grant, even looking at our overtime by individual, or just being able to look at those regular hours and how they're being distributed and allocated as well. Having this real-time efficiency or views within this creates that efficiency to have that control around your costs and optimize any of that funding available out there. Now, controlling costs to optimize funding also gets expanded into other areas. Our solutions enable you again to track that employee time centrally and accurately to control those labor costs across the entire organization. Our unified platform makes it easy to enforce your pay rules, improve payroll accuracy, and tracked and allocate your labor costs to the right programs, projects, grants, and assets. So here again, you see expanding upon that, another dashboard viewing that, where we're more enforcing the rules and policies accurately around your time management for your workforce. We can see and track real time in here things like early in by date by individual, late in by date by individual. Was somebody actually scheduled to work that did not work? And what are those weekly overtimes that we're looking at by team member or by certain program, project, grant, or asset within there? As we're collecting and managing all of these details from that workforce, we want to have that real-time visibility, again, so we can be very proactive to any trends that we need to address rather than reactive to that type of information there. Now, all of this information, putting that into consideration, is not just managing all of that time, but managing all of our absent management within there as well. So here we see that same type of visibility and management of those absent capabilities to help minimize direct and indirect costs of unplanned absences. Such loss in productivity from unplanned assets and the cost of replacement workers can create that uncontrolled cost, not allowing us to optimize our funding. In addition, mobile management tools provide real-time visibility into the workforce to help drive this cost-effective delivery of services that we've been talking about here. So here again, you just see another view that Workforce Go HCM provides throughout that day-to-day real-time interaction around accruals, paid time off, and our visibility into what is planned and unplanned for our workforce there. Now, finally, building upon all of that, having that real-time visibility into time, into paid time off, also brings us into that day-to-day management of scheduling employees to meet our services demand and having predictability into those schedules and workforce labor as well. So putting the right employees in the right place at the right time is no easy feat. And it's even more challenging when your programs and services span multiple locations. Now, our solutions here with Workforce Go and Workforce Go HCM help you create schedules that align staffing requirements with budgets and demand. Leveraging a single unified source of workforce data, our automated scheduling tools sort employees based on predefined criteria. And that criteria can include availability, preferences for the employees, skills, licenses, certifications, and much, much more. So you can assign the right person to each position and manage those budgets and costs around that service demand there. You're also automatically notified if scheduling actions violate any established rules that you have created, such as staffing to participant ratios, and to improve compliance with labor laws, and organizational specific policies that you may have around budgeting to labor hours, budgeting to labor costs, and any other rules. So here you see again sample visibility and dashboards view into those scheduling, those requirements, and how you can align your workforce and resources to help meet that service demand. So summarizing the details of today, again, Workforce Go offers nonprofit organizations easy to use, easy to own workforce solutions that help you manage costs and minimize compliance risk while improving that interaction with your members and communities. The single unified platform for the entire workforce helps nonprofit organizations attract and retain quality talent, engage your workforce, and manage the entire employee lifecycle from pre-hire to retirement. Again, so you can provide services in a safe, effective, and compliant manner. So our solutions help control that labor cost and drive operational efficiencies, enabling organizations to invest more in limited funding and resources to support your critical services, programs, and causes. I do appreciate the time and allowing us to go through that today. I want to open up for any questions that we may have on any of those details or specific scenarios that you may be running into today, or specifically about Workforce Go or Workforce Go HCM. We do have a question and answer box available for you to type your questions into, as well as a chat box that we are monitoring for that.
Hey, Chris, I have a few questions that were sent to me via chat. First one is, how well does the payroll system integrate with other business systems?
Great question. So Workforce Go HCM, we actually are one of the few providers out there that provide real-time bi-directional integration with specific other financial platforms out there. And those financial platforms would be Sage Intacct would be included in that. So as you're doing things financially within there, as you're working within Sage Intacct or other financial solutions, we can work to make sure that all of your payroll, people, and time information is unified within there. Not a true import-export type fashion, but a true API real-time bi-directional integration. So depending on your platform that you're on, and Sage Intacct being one of our primaries and Workforce Go being the only real-time bi-directional integrated human capital management solution out there for Sage Intacct, we can provide that unified platform not only with human capital management, but with your financial management as well. Great question.
Thanks. Next question, how secure is employee data?
Yeah, so employee data is extremely secure. So we are born in the cloud, delivered in a cloud solution. We do go through all of the traditional audits aligned with that. So SOC type 1, type 2 audits, as well as present all of our different process procedures and hosting facility information available for organizations to review. So all of our control and our management process procedures, all of our backup, our real-time disaster recovery and failovers, as well as our compliance with our audit reports is all available to organizations, but extremely secure out there. We are born in the cloud, delivered in a cloud solution.
Wonderful, thank you. And last question I have for now is, if I'm only interested in part of this solution, can I just get what I need?
Yeah, again, very good question there. So yes, even though Workforce Go HCM is a full human capital management portfolio and suite, it is not an all or nothing solution. So we have organizations today that use us for just payroll management, organizations that use us for just time and labor management, and organizations that use us for just human resource management, or a hybrid or the complete suite. So it is very a la carte to pick and choose from those different areas around what may be very important for you today and may be very immediate needs, but as well as a solution that can grow and expand with you as you have additional requirements or as your workforce and organization continues to grow as well.
Wonderful, thank you. I don't have any other questions just yet, so we'll give it another minute or so if people do have questions. If not, Chris, is there a good email for them to reach out to you, or do you prefer that they reach out to JMT with additional questions?
Yeah, your contacts at JMT are great resources for you to be able to route contact with. So whether that is your account manager or a different team member there at JMT that you are engaging with, they are a great initial contact. If you do want to receive any additional information on Workforce Go, you can visit our website at myworkforcego.com or email us at info@myworkforcego.com as well.
Thank you. And for those of you who do have additional questions after the webinar, you can email us at info@jmtconsulting.com and we can follow up with you. So I'll go ahead and end the webinar for now, but again, info@jmtconsulting.com if you have further questions. And if you're interested in any of our additional webinars or events, you can also find our events tab on jmtconsulting.com. So I want to thank Chris for his time today and for going through this webinar with us. And everyone else, thank you for attending, and we will see you on the next webinar.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.